At home in Iowa, at work for you.
Welcome to our Panther Sports Talk Year in Review. Joining me is the Director of Athletics, David Harris, and from my perspective, another pretty good year. How about from your perspective leading this department?
Absolutely a very good year for Panther Athletics, and I think that's what our fans have come to expect, that our student athletes compete at a high level. You look at a year like this from a competitive standpoint, going all the way back to the fall. Seems like a long time ago now, but looking at a soccer program that made it all the way to the semifinals, winning a couple of games in the postseason, that was exciting. Our football team got off to a slow start, losing the first 3 games, but then finished 6-2. And we were playing our best football really at the end of the season. And so we got a lot of really good guys coming back, including Theo, who I would think would be the preseason player of the year. So I think if the spring game is any indication and the number of people that were here, there's going to be a lot of excitement about football. Then you look at our volleyball program. I mean, they won pretty much everything you could win, the conference championship, the tournament championship. They go on and win the NCAA tournament, so that was an exciting thing for us. Rolling into the winter sports, looking at our basketball programs, our men's basketball program had to overcome a lot and still put themselves in a position to compete every game. And I think we're going to be excellent coming back next year. And women's basketball just seems like year in and year out, just a model of consistency back to the postseason with their NIT appearance, and they're able to win a game. Swimming and diving, I think, finished in the top 4, which is our highest finish since 2019, so we're excited about that. Wrestling, you got Parker, who makes it all the way to the finals. And then in track and field, it just seems like every week we have student athletes who are beating everybody, right? And just competing at a high level and setting records. And then you move into the spring and you have your men's golf program finishing in the top 3. So it's exciting to be able to watch that. And you look at our softball program and the kind of year that they've had, and just playing in a really dominant fashion throughout the entire year. So just from beginning to end, so many of our student athletes and so many of our teams just having a fantastic year.
They are student athletes. We know their fall GPA. Finals week just wrapped up, and commencement and graduation. But overall, from your perspective, the academic side of things.
Yeah, a great year there. I can't remember if it's the 25th or 26th semester in a row where the GPA of our student athletes is higher than the rest of the student body. If you look at graduation rates, we're setting records there. Our GSR was 91%, which is the highest it's ever been.
And what's that?
And that's a graduation success rate. Okay. There's actually 2 rates, and we actually set records in both of them. The federal graduation rate, we were at 83%, the GSR at 91%. You look at our APR numbers, we had 9 teams that had a perfect score of 1,000. So just across the board on every metric that you can look at academically, it was a record-setting year.
You can tell it's an emphasis for this department.
And it will continue to be. That's always going to be very important. Our student athletes are here to graduate and to be prepared to go on and do great things once they leave the university.
Well, we've covered a lot. We have more to cover on our Year in Review show. Back with more right here on Panther Sports Talk.